Clearly, I suck at early season predictions. One of my predictions was Ducati would not win the World Superbike Championship, and Alvaro Bautista would not be competitive consistently. I figured he'd win some races, but nothing like this. This is ridiculous. He has won every single race. Now, the season's not over. Ducati's still got a lot of racing to do. Bautista could crash, he could get hurt. There's a lot of things that can happen. But even if he rides 3/4 of what he's been doing so far this season, I mean, this championship is boring. It's becoming really, really boring. Bautista is just owning this, guys. Look at the lead he has on Ray at the end of the race. But even crazier is look at the lead Ray has on 3rd and 4th place. I mean, it's ridiculous. So I thought this was pretty cool. Ducati is making, they call it off-road bike, but I'm gonna call it a mountain bike. It's got an electric motor, I don't know, hundreds of watts. This thing looks really, really slick. It's got a lot of cool suspension components. I mean, it's got quality components just all over it. Lots of travel in the suspension. Here's the killer part, man. 6,000 euro. Why don't you just buy a motocross bike? I don't get it. I don't want to pay 6,000 euro and have something that's got pedals on it. But that said, if I had 6,000 euro to blow on a mountain bike, this would probably be the one. It's pretty cool. Time for another busted prediction. So on the East Coast in Supercross, we had Austin Forkner won every single race up until a couple rounds ago where he tore his ACL. We talked about that in last week's recap video. So I thought, oh well, whatever, that prediction's gone, but we still got Adam Cincerillo on the West Coast going into the last round. He is the points leader. All he's got to do is ride a clean race, don't make any stupid mistakes, and then he did this.
He makes a cross ruts on a 15-foot double, goes sideways, bike lands on the right side of the handlebars, torques the handlebars so bad he has to pull into the pits. By this time, championship's over.
He knew he had made a mistake. He owned it afterwards as that championship.
All right, man, on to the next prediction I got wrong. There's a lot. I predicted Eli Tomac would win the Supercross Championship. Obviously, that did not happen. He came into Vegas with a pretty big points deficit. I mean, essentially, he needed Cooper Webb to screw up big time, finish way off of the box. That obviously didn't happen. Cooper's been solid and consistent. Even on his bad nights, he gets a good start, finds a way to get on the whole shot, and he still won the most races, I believe. So, yeah, he's the champ, and too little, too late for Tomac. He came on hot at the end of the season, but he needed that in the middle of the season. He needed that at the beginning of the season. And there's Webb. I'm not a huge Webb fan, but again, he won the most races. On his bad nights, he was still hitting the podium and getting whole shots, so he's a champ. I love his post-race interviews, man. Those are usually pretty funny. So let's take a look.
All right, Cooper. So you're sitting on the line, you're watching the 250 class, and unfortunately, we see what happens to Adam. In the heat race, you and Eli were going at it. You were really aggressive, like you wanted to win that race. It's very clear. So you're sitting on the line, you see what happens to AC. Do you think maybe I don't need to be so aggressive in this main event? Just let's settle in and not worry about where I finish.
No, he cracked. I didn't.
Coming into the Supercross, we didn't really think of you as a title contender. You won the title. Have you been riding much outdoors? I know a lot of people are picking you to be the guy out there, even though Eli is a defending champion. How do you feel outdoors?
I could give it about outdoors right now. It's all about tonight.
Let's check out Triumph's new Truxton TFC. This is like a high-performance version of the existing Truxton. Olin suspension. Look at the gold reservoirs on those rear shocks. Brembo front brakes. Let's see. Vance & Hines exhaust. Look at the seat, man. That thing looks so comfortable. And of course, you got that classic cafe racer style, man. That thing looks beautiful. All right, this next prediction is not busted yet. I still got a chance. But I predicted, wow, look at the lead that Marc Marquez has over the rest of the field. This is Jerez, Spain, the latest MotoGP round. I predicted that Honda would not win the MotoGP championship this year. And up until this point, the racing has been close. Of course, at the MotoGP Americas round, Marc Marquez crashed out. That really tightened up the points race. And I think at Qatar, it was a super close finish. And look at Valentino Rossi. His late race pace has been really strong this year. He's just as fast as everybody else out there at the end of the race. If he can get qualifying down and his early race pace a little bit quicker, get that stuff figured out, he will be a contender. I don't think he's going to win the championship, but I think he'll finally get some race victories this year. But Marc Marquez, man, he just destroyed the field at Jerez. And Maverick Vinales, I really had high hopes for him. His early season, pre-season testing looked really good. And I was hoping he'd figure out qualifying and his early race pace. And when he's good, it's usually at the end of the race. But he doesn't qualify well, and he doesn't have a good early race pace. And by the time he gets going, it's usually too little too late. But Marquez, man, he just destroyed everybody. So we'll see. Lots of racing left in the MotoGP series. I mean, really just getting started. But if this is an indication of how the rest of the European rounds are going to go, I think my prediction's probably going to get smoked. But we'll see what happens, man. Lots of racing left to go. Monster Energy Yamaha MotoGP hires their first eSport champion. Dang it. Got hit play on the screen over here. You guys can't see that, but no! Monster Energy MotoGP. Monster Energy Yamaha. Let me try that again. One more time. Hang on. I'll be right back. One more time. Monster Energy Yamaha MotoGP hires their first eSport rider. He is a two-time champion in the eSport MotoGP Championship. Guys, the world is changing. Esports a thing. Yamaha, Monster Energy Yamaha MotoGP hired this guy. They're sponsoring this guy. That's a big deal. So, the world is changing. You either change with it or you get left behind. Last but not least, Mookie. Malcolm Stewart has re-signed for 2020 with the same team at Moto Concepts, I think it is, on a Honda. He was lightning fast early on in the season. He was leading round one, almost had the win, tipped over, lost the front end, and round two, stupid fast again, which is just kind of a Stewart trait. And Crash and Whoops broke his femur. That was back in January in round two. So I'm excited to see him come back. I don't think he's going to win a championship, but I think he's stupid fast. He's got skills, and he can when he's feeling it, he can beat anybody out there on the track, which kind of the same thing could be said for James Stewart. Anyway, that's it. That's all I got for you guys this week. 3 weeks in a row with weekly recaps. Man, I feel good about that. So next week we'll hit number 4 in a row, which is what we always intended to do, but it's been difficult. So no excuses. I'm gonna keep them coming. And we'll see you guys later. Hopefully we'll see you guys earlier next week than we did this time. So, yeah, cool. Keep the rubber side down, man. Have fun. And go ride. Go ride a bike somewhere, anywhere. In the dirt, on the street. I don't care. Just ride 2 wheels. See you guys later.
Let's go.